I really wasn't going to cover Francis' death, but I feel like I need to. So you see in this picture, the coffin at the bottom, well, that's him. And above it, you see, that is the top of the pyramid. It's the Holy See, the all-seeing eye, and that's the one that's on top of the money because he is the one that holds the world currency. The one that holds the money controls the world. We're going from all-seeing eye to AI. Interesting as it reads, Pope on AI, responsibility is a key. And who holds the key? Well, St. Peter's. And St. Peter's is none other than Janos and Sibyl. See how the very top looks like an 8, even though those are two keys placed together, but it purposely looks like an 8, which is the snake eating his tail. And what a coincidence, Francis died at the age of 88, two eights for the twins. So Francis opened the holy doors on Christmas Eve. That Christmas Day is the day of the sun god. And that was St. Peter's tomb. And that's when he started to get sick. And then on Easter, on Easter Day, he died. Now to the holy fire in Jerusalem on Easter. Okay, let me explain this one more time. There's no way that Jehoshua was a white man, and those are not the Holy Lands, because that area is part of Eurasia, and those are the Gentile nations, the children of Japhet. So there's no way that that's the true holy site. And this looks like straight up hell to me. And you know, the keeper of the keys of this holy site happens to be two Muslim families. I have explained this before. The Vatican created both religions, actually all three religions, the Abrahamic religion, and it's so they could destroy each other at the end of time. I'm telling you, Sharia law is coming for the Christians. Peter was the so called first pope. You belong to your father. He's talking to Peter, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there's no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native tongue, for he is a liar and the father of lies. In the scriptures, it shows you that Jehoshua wanted Peter to be informed, particularly informed of his resurrection. After all, Peter is the one that starts the synagogue of Satan. I will play for you, I will share with you, excuse me, the gematria of St. Peter's, because it's going to show you Merovingian and the Christ bloodline, because that is the bloodline of the Pope. And also it's going to show you Elon Musk. So in other words, when you see Elon Musk on the scene, we're in the last days. This is what it means. During the Inquisition, the church martyred the saints. You will find that in the reading of Acts 8 and Maccabees 1, 1 Maccabees. And they rewrote the book. And they forced us to worship their God. So now it's going to be flipped. Now it's their turn. This is in a museum in Spain, and you notice the hood? They also dress like this in Holy Week in Spain, because that's what they did. They martyred the saints, and they forced their religion and their God upon our people. So I want to play for you a video that somebody posted on the wake of Francis, and you see how they all dress with the same hood, because that's what's coming. The persecution of the church, not the bride, but the church. Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times, Yahushua told Peter. And you see the upside down cross, and there is the rooster. In other words, Peter's coming back to destroy his own church, because everybody works for Abba. Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in my tribulation. And when these things are finished, the city of the 7 hills will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. And the judge is the tribe of Dan, Lanzan. They're the judge.
Passed away, meaning the Vatican's about to go into meltdown. And the prophecy of the popes is real. This means the 5th seal has been broken, meaning the prophecy of the popes is true. So in case you didn't know, the day after Easter, Pope Francis has passed away at 88 years old. Suppose when you're that close to God, you know when you're going to die, right? No, he had good doctors. He knew it was coming in February. Well, aren't they bad doctors if they knew he was going to die? Yeah, I guess so, because they couldn't stop it. Doesn't matter, he's dead. Let me tell you about the prophecy. Meet St. Malachi was around in 1148. He was a 12th century Irish archbishop, so on one of his trips to Rome, he received a prophecy. This prophecy or vision was 112 Latin mottos. And here's a list of all the historic popes, excluding the one that's just died today. And here's what they have to say about him. Pope 110 was supposed to be John Paul. Pope 111 was Cardinal Ratzinger of Germany, but Pope Francis was the false prophet of the Antichrist. He was supposed to be known as Petrus Romanus, or Peter the Roman. And the reason the last pope was known as Peter the Roman was to mark the ending of the full cycle of popes. This is St. Peter I. He the OG Pope. And the reason the last pope is known as Petrus Romanus is to symbolize the first pope was named St. Peter, and it's a full cycle like the Ouroboros. You still with me? Good. Save this for later. This means the 5th seal is now broken. What's the fucking 5th seal? This is the 5th of 7 seals in the book of Revelations. This is when the persecuted souls of Christianity ask God to exact a vengeance on the living. This is because the Antichrist corrupted everybody wait, who's the Antichrist? Now, this is the universe's favourite spiritual grandma, Dolores Cannon. She said the Antichrist is going to be here anytime soon. Yankees, like zoink, Scoob. This is the Antichrist. Now, Dolores Cannon actually said that the Antichrist had been born and was being raised in the Middle East, whilst others believe that the Antichrist is a corrupt state of mind being driven by their inner reptilian desires, so reproduction and food, constantly putting lust as the priority, whilst being driven by the five senses, and they distract everybody else, just shiny objects and beauty. But either way, 113 popes are now done. The Bible even wrote about it in Revelation, stating that he was a devil from the bottomless pit controlled by Satan. Now, the prophecy also states that the city of seven hills will be destroyed. The city of seven hills is known as Rome, the Vatican, aka the Church of the Holy Roman Empire. The city of seven hills will fall as part of this prophecy of 113 popes. Now I want to know, do you think the Antichrist is real, or is it merely a state of mind? Share this with a friend, because prophecy is coming, and Christians, you better watch out. Let me know here what you think it means for Christianity and people in general. Hopefully your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ makes it back in time to save you all from the upcoming rapture of the fact that the Christian church is now collapsed. But yeah, entertainment purposes only. Share this with a friend. Have a night talk.